For lunch, I made a pinto and kale, I don't know what this is called, tres leches. It's just packaged. I just heated it up. I had some leftover red bell pepper and onion that I just like heated up on the pan. Some beet hummus that I had left over, and kale. And this is just a little pit stop. I kind of just wanted to cook a nourishing meal because I've just been eating junk all day. I have a long drive. I've been driving for like 4 hours. Yeah. And I have 4 more hours to go. I could have added more matcha to that. That's watered down kind of. But I'm probably going to remake this again this week. This is really good. So to do the dishes in the most effective way and the most conservative way for water, I tend to put a little bit of water in a cup or a bowl or the plate, whatever I need to be washed, and then I'll just take that same water and use that on the next dish. So I'll reuse it, and that will be pretty dirty, and then I'll progressively get cleaner, and I'll clean all the dishes with that water that I kept in a pot or a pan. So I'll use forks or knives and I'll wash that in the pan or the pot with the water that was in that pot or pan, and that just kind of makes it so that I can use as little water as possible and I can prolong my water supply for as long as I can. I am going to meditate for a little bit. I've been making a goal to meditate every single day, and I've actually been sticking to it. I've been on and off with my practice in the past, but having a regular practice has been really good for my mental health, for just having a routine in here is really nice. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to meditate since I'm driving, and driving is kind of a form of meditation, but today I'm gonna do Anapana, which is what I've been working on for the last month or so, and that's just focusing on the entrance of the nostril to the top part, just in and out, recognizing every sensation that comes in. It could be the temperature of the breath that comes in. It could be if one nostril is letting in air more than the other, the speed. You're not supposed to regulate the speed or anything. You're just supposed to observe the natural breath. And this has been a really useful practice for me in my daily life, to just have something to keep me grounded and keep me sane, I guess, to keep me equanimous, peaceful through a lot of different scenarios. So I'm gonna do 15 minutes today, and I don't have a minimum or a maximum to when I meditate. It could be 15 minutes, it could be an hour. It's usually not an hour, but yeah, I just keep my goal, meditate every day, and that makes it really easy because if I do 1 minute, I don't feel bad because I still met my goal. Alright, so I am trying to get right here in Guadalupe Mountain National Park, and right here right now I'm in Sonora at a rest stop, so I think I'm going up I-10 and heading there, and then once I get to Guadalupe State Park, I'm also thinking about going to Carlsbad Canyon right here. That's across the border in New Mexico. So I think I'm going down all the way I-10, maybe here, and I could find sleeping around here. I want to get to the national park kind of early because I want to do some hikes in the morning and stuff. So that is my plan right now.
We grew up together, never thought you'd be next to me. father's house when I...
Yeah, how many of you pull out your phones and then put it back inside your pocket and then wonder why you pulled it out in the first place? Anyone else do that? I do that all the time. And then you convince yourself that you looked at the time, but then when you ask yourself what the time was, you don't know what it is.
I'm listening to this pretty great podcast right now called On Purpose by Jay Shetty. It is about social media and how we can use it intentionally. You know, there are inherent addictive attributes to social media that keep us hooked on it. So we really need to evaluate and continuously reevaluate why we're using these platforms. Otherwise, really, it is just a waste of time. I can waste hours on my phone, and if you think about that amount of time you spend each day on social media, and if you could be reading or studying or doing something more productive and something that will help you grow as a person, journaling or evaluating yourself or meditating, it could be time better spent. But with that being said, the problem with social media is not really why we use it, because I mean, there are so many great reasons for social media. I mean, there's so many great things we can do on it, and it's such a platform to spread amazing positive messages and information and art and creativity, and so it is a great platform. It's just the magnitude in which we're using it and how we're using it. And one of the things he said on the podcast that I really love is to evaluate your intention for social media. So, like for me, my intention for social media, for Instagram and YouTube specifically, is to inspire people to choose a more compassionate way of eating and living that is more compassionate and kind to animals, the planet, and our own bodies. But where you might have this seed or this flower of intention that you have planted, and this is your purpose for social media, or this is your purpose for anything, there will always be weeds that will grow around that flower. There will always be things that are swaying you from that intention, that original intention that you had, and that compassionate, good intention. And so for the social media platforms that don't do those things for me, that I have no intention, that I checked in and I asked myself, why do I have Twitter? Oh, I can't think of a good, genuine reason why I have Twitter. I deleted that. Snapchat, I deleted it. I didn't have an intention. Facebook, I deleted it. I didn't have an intention when I asked myself why I was on that platform. And I think that's something valuable, because we just grow up having these platforms. This is, in our culture, a lot of times just something that we were addicted at an early age and we continue to do just because it's habitual, but it is really valuable to check in. And if you don't have a good intention, it's valuable to either create one and really like delve deep into yourself and figure out why you want to continue this habit, or delete it. I think deleting it is kind of great.
You made a mystery out of love. Breathe in new life in my lungs. Why would I ever run? You brought new light. Whoa, 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 there's no mistaking. You're the only one I want. The only one I want. Come light a fire, burn like the rising sun. I never thought I'd find you, but here you are, flowing like a river, washing over my soul, calling me home. You are a mystery. Oh, where did you come from? I never knew that love.
For dinner, I made this soba noodle meal. I needed to eat these soba noodles. They've been open for a really long time, so I'm glad I used them up. And I finished my leftover peppers, which is also really good. Also, this meal is really good cold, so I definitely have like extra that I put in this tin. And tomorrow I'll probably have some of it just cold for lunch or something, which will be really nice because it's nice to not have to cook, you know, and have leftovers. Right now I'm parked at a Walmart. That's why you can probably hear a bunch of cars. I'm debating on spending the night here. This is the biggest town I've seen for hundreds of miles. And I haven't seen a Walmart for hundreds of miles either. So I was just driving. I saw it and I drove past it, but then I was like, I'm an hour or so away from the national park I want to go to, and you're technically not supposed to sleep in national parks. I've done it multiple times, but it's always a little risky. Rangers might come knock on your door and say, you know, you're not supposed to sleep here, and I don't really like that confrontation. I've actually never slept. I've slept at a Walmart once in this van before, and once in another car I traveled in. And you're technically allowed to at Walmarts. That's why I'm here now. I mean, I think it depends. There are some Walmarts where they don't let you, but a lot of them they let you. I don't know. It's better than nothing, I guess. I think I am gonna sleep at this Walmart, and I googled if there was a rest area or BLM land around, or like a national forest. I will end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!